This is electric football with Steve, Stu, and the Dolphins and the Vikings. Go.
Who has the ball?
He does.
Oh, go.
Oh,
Go, Zonka.
They've got him backed up.
Go.
And this guy's wide open. Throw it to him.
Oh, gain 2.
Now, if you're watching this, you're a loser. But then again, we're doing this. So
That's true,
we're bigger losers than you. By the way, loss of 2, stuffed by Studwell, I believe it was. Anyway.
Stupid Zonka.
Week 17 of the football season is here. So week 17 of 17. That is touchdown Stu Pace. Woo! With his fancy new lit sweater.
And the hiccups, so
And
I won't be talking much.
And I'm just Steve Lit Brown. Here we go, folks. Washington at the Giants. And the Giants might be getting rid of 2 Elis because they're now calling Eli Apple a cancer. They're not even calling him by name. Landon Collins has taken a leadership role on the Giants. Like, you don't really see that often out of a safety. And he's saying, he didn't even call him by name. He's like, the first-round pick is a cancer. So, yeah, they're going to have...
And Eli went, what?
They're going to have a very high first-round pick this go-around. They're going to lose this game, and they're going to secure the number 2 pick.
Yeah,
So,
unless something drastic changes, I have the Redskins winning.
2 days of this.
2 days of this hiccups. It's unbelievable.
He's going to go insane. By the way, we're a little off.
Yeah,
I think we need to... Woo! There we
go.
go. Production values are much better now. So we go... well, did you speak on this?
Oh, no. So my son got this for me, and it's awesome. And it's hot.
Giant skins.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Yeah, I have the Redskins.
There we go.
Okay, Jets, Patriots.
I have the Patriots. Pats will do just enough to win this one. They'll lock up everything they need to lock up. What else could you say? The Jets are now stuck in the position of probably not getting one of the top-tier quarterbacks. We're having to decide, do we take, a Josh Allen or whatever with the number 5 or number 6 pick, wherever they end up. They almost hurt themselves in this. Patriots pick up James Harrison.
Yeah, because they just keep adding.
Well, it's not that James Harrison is a premier pass rusher anymore. Excuse me, we're setting up another play, evidently.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But he does know quite a lot about, what the Steelers do, and I think Belichick is looking ahead to that game, which is brilliant. Belichick's like one of those guys, you ever play the old video games where, like, if you circled around the net twice, the goalie got stuck and you could automatically score a goal? Belichick's the guy that finds the circle around the goalie twice and score a goal move in Nintendo and then uses it against you until you want to rip his freaking face off. So I'm taking the Pats.
Yeah, this will be a lapper. Bryce Petty as quarterback versus Bill Belichick. I mean, come on. This is not even a fair fight. This is the Black Knight going against King Arthur. And what are you going to do? Bleed on me? Anyway, Patriots.
I'll bite you.
Patriots wrap up home field, win the Super Bowl.
Chicago at the Minnesota Vikings. And, Chicago does well what we stop well. We're going to stop the run. Trubisky is not going to beat us. We're going to end up just behind Philadelphia, so it will not go through Minnesota to get to Minnesota, which would have been the dream. But I could not have asked for a better season out of what we've got out of
Absolutely.
Keenum after the loss of Dalvin Cook. The offensive line rebounded from last year and has played much better. I don't even care if we win this game. You want to go into this healthy and you want to see who you match up in the playoffs. So let's go Vikes.
Yeah,
Mighty Gazelle.
defense-
It's us, baby.
Defense is the
Woo! Where are you, Gio? Woo!
Defense.
I don't
is
think
the
I've
most-
heard him. Woo! Woo! Woo!
All right.
Did you hear any more hiccups?
I got
yes.
plenty.
Yes, he does.
Defense is the most consistent in the NFL on the Vikings side, I think. And you're right. They play right into Chicago's hands. They got the home crowd heading into the playoffs. I don't love Philly in the playoffs because of their loss of Wentz. I think Minnesota's got a great chance of being home a lot. I'm taking Minnesota.
I'm getting hypnotized by the lights on the monitor coming off the Stewart
You
shirt.
will get me a quarterback.
Packers at Lions. Eliminated teams don't matter. Sorry, Half Moon, but you're eliminated. The Pack are going without Aaron Rodgers and now without Nelson and Adams, evidently. Shoulder injury, and I forget what the other injury is. So Lions just by sheer dint of talent on the field. I mean, literally, the Packers have nobody to throw to and kind of have nobody to run the ball.
Yeah, Lions won this game, the first matchup on the road against Green Bay. I don't see any difference here. They've got more talent on the Lions side than they do on the Packers side. A meaningless game, but Lions.
Speaking of meaningless games, Houston at the Colts. Hard to believe at the beginning of the year we expected Andrew Luck to play.
Yep.
And just has not happened. Now you have to start worrying about that guy's just long-term career prospects because the injuries are getting more serious. They're in various parts of the poor man. It's not like, oh, he hurt a shoulder, he'll be fine. It's, my liver got knocked out of it came right out of my throat when they were sacking me last year. You have to wonder if Luck is ever going to be at the level he once was. And I know you're not a Luck guy.
Never was, so I'm not missing him.
Right. But
feel bad for him.
You do have to say he is one of the more talented, used to be younger quarterbacks in the NFL. Even without him, Colts win this one. Brissett, T.Y. Hilton, good enough to beat the Texans.
Yeah, and the Texans are dealing with so many injuries now that this game will be unwatchable and over Colts.
Browns at Steelers, and at least if you go 0-16, you get the first pick, and the kid from, USC?
Josh Rosen.
Well, Rosen is already saying, I ain't playing for the Browns.
Don't pick me, I'll play as a senior next year.
Crap, I'd rather lose my NFL career to a knee injury than I would play for the Browns. But Darnold is saying, I'll go to whoever the hell picks me. So, if you're looking at the Browns and saying, will this organization ever turn themselves around? Cleveland Indians, Houston Astros in baseball, it happens. And teams even in football can even go worst to first. I mean, they're not that far away. I know it's
played tough all year. I give them kudos. Even though at the midway point of the season, they had nothing going for them on the win column, they played every game hard.
Yeah,
and I give kudos to the coach for that. They were
might be why he's still there
every week.
It's hard. If some Doll fan, look this up for me. Does he have the worst coaching record ever right now? Because he's got to be about 40 games into his career, and he's got to be about 2-38.
Unless John McKay with the Bucks had a worse start.
Yeah, so somebody please, after 25 games or 30 games, if he has the worst record ever. Because if he doesn't, he's damn close. Anyway, the Steelers win this one easy.
It's a laugh.
And the Browns have a decision. Did we see enough out of Deshaun Kaiser this year that we're going to stick with him and trade down? Or is it time to go quarterback again and quarterback again and quarterback again until we get one?
I say quarterback again until you get one.
Okay, Cowboys at Eagles. And, it's nice to see Jerry Jones's face melt when they don't make the playoffs. It's just...
It's like in Indiana Jones.
I thought we were going to win. We lost.
Eyes popping out.
Don't worry, Jason Garrett. You're safe. Don't worry, there's no assassins coming after you.
Jason Garrett, you get an extension.
Yeah. But I like the Eagles to win this game, basically because they don't have Carson Wentz playing right now, and they need to play Foles, and they need to play their primary guys, and they need to get live reps and be ready going in to defend home field throughout the playoffs. So I think the Eagles are going to take this one very seriously. I think, there's a built-in rivalry with the Cowboys anyway, and I think they're going to kick the Cowboys while they're down.
Well, I'm taking Dallas here. The game means nothing to Philly stats-wise, playoffs-wise, or anything. They could start sitting people halfway through. You don't know. This is the week where you never know what the coach is going to do. I'm taking Dallas based on that.
San Francisco at the Rams, and I want to get one of those "Play Like a Girly" shirts because they're finally now everyone's screaming MVP. I was screaming MVP for the guy last year when he sucked because I knew he was a good player. So it's nice. Unlike Trent Richardson, who I would have traded my entire team for coming out of college.
It's amazing.
I was pretty sure Gurley was not going to suck his entire career, and he's not. Garoppolo has become the really fascinating thing.
Undefeated.
Yes. Is he really this good? I mean, what other than Steve Young behind Montana, is it possible that we've got another one of those?
Could be. Glad he's in the NFC.
Garappa hero, baby, but I don't think they beat the Rams in this one, unless the Rams are actually pretty likely to start sitting guys. They're doing we don't know who we're going to play this week, which usually means, we're getting guys out of there early or they're not going in at all. Tough pick, but I'll take the Rams.
Yeah, this was a shootout in September, and that was before Garoppolo, so I'm expecting more of the same because the guy just brings a different level of ability to this team, and they believe in themselves now. This is a franchise that was like, are we ever going to get better? And all of a sudden, they know they're going to get better. They know it now.
Yeah.
And they're playing like they know it. They shocked Jacksonville last week, and they could do so here. I'm taking the Rams because I think the Rams are still fine-tuning for playoffs because they haven't been great the last few weeks. But this could be a shootout. I'm sorry.
Hold your breath while I do this.
I did. It doesn't work.
So what do we got? We got Raiders at Chargers, and the Chargers quietly turned their season around and are still in the hunt. So
That has to happen.
What's that?
A lot has to happen.
Yeah, but they have something to play for. And the NFL's weirded this thing out now. They've pissed off like Harbaugh because they've moved the games to like the playoff implication games to
All
the
the
4 o'clock.
4:30. Yeah.
So I mean, probably smart from a ratings standpoint because you want to see teams playing for something, and it sucks when like, the team at 1 o'clock won or lost, and you're out.
Or you're in, and you can rest your guys, and that changes the game too.
Right, but it is weird that the NFL is getting down to micromanaging. Speaking of micromanaging, turn that on again.
Running another play. He has the ball. Come on.
Anyway, I like the Chargers in this one. I think they need the game. Probably need to turn that up a little bit. Oh, what a tackle!
God damn.
That Viking defense is fierce. Stu,
cut.
Raiders, Chargers.
A lot has to happen for the Chargers. They're the better squad than the Raiders. I'm taking the Chargers.
There you go. What do we got? Chiefs at Broncos, and Patrick Mahomes is evidently getting the start.
No kidding.
I heard that on the way over here. They So Smith has got to be like, oh crap, it's over. Oh God, he's going to get in there, and they're going to do the same thing.
I've been Wally pipped.
Happens to me everywhere. But the Chiefs, speaking of late resurgences, the Chiefs have come back alive. They finished off your Dolphins last week. They won the big one against the Chargers to guarantee them, playoffs. Well, they didn't guarantee them, but you know what I'm saying. It pretty much locked them into a playoff spot. They're throwing this one in a little bit, but everything that I've heard about Mahomes is he's the real deal. They say he's impressed them in preseason. He impresses them in training. He impresses them in the meeting room. So I'm gonna go with Mahomes.
All right. Well, I was taking Denver before that news because I think, based on all that I've heard, that Alex Smith always fails in the ice cold climate. He didn't last week for me, unfortunately. But anyway, there's really nothing for them to play for here. It's not going to change their position where they're playing in the playoffs. I don't blame him for sitting Alex Smith, and I wouldn't blame him for sitting Hunt and Hill. But I was taking Denver anyway. So Denver.
Okay. Jags at Titans, and DeMarco Murray is banged up on this one. He's saying he's going to give it a go. The Jags are saying, even though they're locked in, they're saying we're playing our starters. You know what? They don't have a whole lot of experience getting ready for the playoffs.
Right.
So they're going with the we're playing them. We're going in. Now that doesn't mean you get up early, you pull them. I like the Jags in this game to bounce back. I think that Derrick Henry is probably the better back for the Titans anyway, but to put the whole load on him against the Jaguar defense, I don't see it happening. Titans have disappointed me in the second half of the season. I'm going Jags.
Yeah, Titan needs help from Miami and Cincinnati just to get in. Jacksonville doesn't need the help, but they're already the number 3 seed, and they can keep it if they win this game. I don't see why they wouldn't be going full force to be ready for the playoffs because, like you said, there's no experience. Jaguars.
NFC South has been the best race, if you will, and it might be the best division in football right now. And you've got the Saints at the Bucks, and the Bucks defense has just been horrible. Saints need this game, and I like them. I like what their D has done. I don't like what the Bucks D has done. I love that. I love that right now in the NFC we've got 5 teams. We've got the Eagles, we've got the Vikings, we've got the Saints, we got the Panthers, we got the Rams. Like all of them with more than 11 wins or more. That's great for football. I'm sorry, but you can't help but get excited about those matchups in the playoffs. And all of the NFC playoff matchups are going to be with teams that could go all the way.
Yeah, the AFC is not going to be as much fun to watch, certainly, as the NFC in the playoffs.
Right, and it's also what I'm basically trying to get at here is, they were always talking about, we want parity in the NFL. Parity sucks. Mm-hmm. Parity is boring. Parity is everybody at 8-8. Oh my God, we're having a great year. We're 9-7. That sucks. When I'd rather the Vikings go 2-14 for a couple of years, and then give me an exciting 12-4,
run,
13-3 team, and I can take the couple of down years if I get the holy crap, here we come. And then to get potential matchups against teams like the Eagles and the Saints that were also dominant. That's what you used to get all the time in the 70s in the playoffs.
Yep.
And it's exciting. You're right. AFC, you're just waiting. You're literally
waiting
like,
for the Patriots to win it.
when are the Patriots and the Steelers playing? Because that's the only game that's really going to matter.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm taking the Saints.
Yes, in order for them to keep the division title, they have to win this game, so they're not going to relax here. The Buccaneers, although they played Carolina tough and lost in the last seconds of the game last week, certainly aren't going to be able to keep up with the Saints' offense.
What was Jameis losing his mind about? Because Jameis loses his mind an awful lot these days.
I don't know. The weather?
I didn't... it was tough this week to actually watch football because there's a thing called Christmas.
Didn't stop me.
Christmas Eve, all these things. But I saw... We switched over from the Grinch or Elf, and I saw Jameis Winston running around crazy again. And I'm going like, he's got to mature a bit. He's not quite there on the leadership level. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing to watch. And
bring back Rich McKay.
It's been a bad... How do you feel about your team's execution?
I'm in favor of it.
I'm in favor of it. Anyway, we got Bills at Dolphins. Go, Stu.
I don't know. The Bills are unlikely to make the playoffs. I mean, they literally need planes to crash on the way to games to get in. And they did flex them to 4 o'clock, which, again, when you're in Miami, you want the 1 o'clock game for the weather. I don't think it's going to be that hot. But one of the home field advantages for Miami is to play in the heat at 1. We should be, better prepared to play in that. But I don't think it's going to matter. Miami's not anxious to win. Cutler's last game is Sunday. If he even I'd rather see David fail at quarterback just to see what we have. Hiccup. And I am taking the Bills.
We have very sad news. The Baltimore Ravens plane crashed into the Tennessee Titans plane.
Son of a...
And everywhere people are...
And crashed in San Diego.
Everyone's crying except the Bills fans are like, we got the plane crashers! Woo! I like the Bills to win this game simply on talent alone on the field. We got a bird fight with the Cardinals at the Seahawks, but it ain't much of one. I'm taking the Seahawks, especially if they still have any hope left going into this. Stu?
The Falcons have to win here, and...
Falcons?
Yeah.
Falcons. You skipped one.
Oh, crap. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. The Hawks need to win, and the Falcons lost. Sorry, I'm just mixing up my two games here. I think they'll be playing hard at home. Tough to imagine a loss for Seattle, but they are inconsistent. I'm taking them, but I don't love the pick.
I love the pick. I'm taking Seattle pretty easily in this one. We got Cat against Bird when we have the Panthers at the Falcons.
And here's where the Falcons come in my...
Here's where the Falcons come in and muck things up, because I think the Falcons win this game.
If they show up.
Yeah, it's true. They've been a very inconsistent team, very disappointing, and mostly on the offensive side, which makes you wonder about the coaching switches and all that sort of thing. But if they're ever going to stand up and really stake a claim to being a good playoff team, here's your moment. Here's your chance. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
What's good about this game is the Falcons need to win to get in, and the Carolina Panthers need to win for the division. So they're going to be playing hard. They're not going to be sitting guys. This could be the best game of the day.
And they're going to be scoreboard watching like,
yeah,
whoop.
The Saints are stumbling. Carolina certainly can make a run for the division. I like Carolina, but I'm taking Atlanta.
All right, I am too. So there we agree on that. So we end up with the Bengals at Baltimore, and it's winner and you're in for the Ravens, which is hard to believe. I mean, you talk about a quiet team getting into the playoffs. But the Ravens have their destiny in their hands. Like I said before, Harbaugh is pissed off about the switch. I was like, I hope the fans can show up. You're telling me your team's got a win and you're in, and they move it from 1 to 4, and you're like, I can't go to that.
Well, I was going to go shopping.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Shut up. Show up. Go Ravens. They're going to win this game. And bye-bye Marvin Lewis. And I hope that the Bengals ownership takes this moment and thinks to themselves, perhaps now is the chance to like clean house on the criminal culture that we've had for years, and start picking high character guys. You lose anyway. You might as well lose with decent guys and not Joe Mixon and Pac-Man Jones and Vontez Burfict. I'd be ashamed if I was a Bengals owner. For shame. You're even worse. No, you're not worse than Jerry Jones.
No, no one's worse.
For shame, you Bengals owners. Only good guys play for the Cowboys. Good guys like Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes, Brian.
Sorry.
Hey, anyway, I don't see Baltimore Ravens. I can't even get a sentence out.
That's the hiccup version of electric football. We may be back for the playoffs. We may not.
We may not. We don't know. Happy New Year.
We appreciate everyone that has stuck with us. Joni, Mighty Gazelle, Gio, the godfather of the pickers. Who else am I missing there? We got
Dolphin 316, Andrew Warren,
Andrew Root Beer Warren,
Gio.
We said Gio twice, but he deserves it.
He does deserve it.
Dolphin Rob, if we didn't get you, we got you.
Joni.
Dolphin.
Joni.
We only have a few fans. We ought to be able to remember them.
We don't.
Look, they're doing the square dance.
Oh, see you next week.